What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reacting to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Hello. How old are you? All right, what do you got on the topic? What did I get wrong?
I actually don't think you got anything wrong.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Actually, I kind of like to add to, I don't know, I kind of like to add to the conversation as far as mothers not destroying their daughters, but hold on. Not destroying their daughters, but having some type of animosity towards their daughters, like they want to be better, not better than them in a sense.
What do you mean?
Like,
go ahead. Go ahead and say what you mean.
Use as an example, like my grandmother, for instance, with my mother before she passed. My mom was a single mother. She had me at 15. And she, my mom always wanted to get ahead or go to school or whatever. And she kind of kept her in this box. Like, oh, well, you can't leave, or I need you, or whatever. But it kind of wasn't beneficial to her life. Okay. So it's like, I kind of see it that way. Like what you're saying, and even my aunt today with my grandmother, like seeing it from my grandmother, I see those traits in my aunt. She's like, I want to move to Texas, but I can't leave my mother.
Say it again. I want to move to Texas, but I can't leave my mom.
Yeah. I see that. And it's like, I don't know where.
A lot of times women feel like they gave up their youth for their kids. Right. Like it's almost like you owed your mom. It's like a lot of these women, their mothers feel like you owe them for being born and for you raising them. And honestly, you don't owe your mama nothing. Your mama should have had a husband, and then whatever she would do, she should have got from her husband.
Right.
What's your relationship was like? What is your relationship like with your mom?
Before my mother passed away, I mean, we had like a conflicting relationship, I guess you could say. But she was still young though too, so it was kind of like a kid raising a kid.
Do you have any children?
Yeah. I have children now. Yeah.
Are you single or are you married?
I'm not married, but
So you're single.
Yeah.
So what? Do you have any daughters?
Yeah, I have a daughter.
Okay, so what are you going to do with her?
I mean, I'm going to encourage her to go to school. I finished college.
Okay.
But I'm going to encourage her to go to school, But if I guess, I mean, everyone's biased, but I'm not to the point where I'm going to say, you know what, you need to go to school and you need to do this and that because, you're just not going to make it anywhere in life.
Well, so if you understand what you didn't get, and
right.
what is school gonna? School is something that you do. Okay. Yeah. But what about relationships?
Right. I mean,
that's what I'm asking. What are you going to recommend your daughter do as far as relationships? Because if you know you and your mom had a contentious relationship and you're not married, what is school going to do for your daughter?
It's not going to do anything for a relationship. But if we're speaking on the terms of relationship, I mean, I would want her to be married first.
Okay. But my guess ultimately what I'm saying is right. If your mother had told you, hey, daughter, you need to prioritize, you need a man. Mm-hmm. In addition to school and everything else. Do you think things would have been any different?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say.
Well, let me ask you a hard question then. How old are you?
29.
And you're in what state?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. So it's fair to say that having a child out of wedlock
Right.
is difficult.
Yeah.
So if you were raised to believe that the only way I'm gonna have a child needs to be in the context of being married first, and then a child through planning, you wouldn't be in the situation you're in right now.
No.
So how's that not better? Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. The nicest way I'm trying to say it is, why are women having kids out of wedlock? Like it's no big deal when you know how hard it is to be a single mother.
I mean, that's true. That's true though.
Okay, so what I'm asking you about, if your mother would have told you to make sure you had a man first, would things be different? You say you don't know, and I'm like, well,
because I guess it's the way we kind of conditioned to think, so it kind of conflicts when you think about it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. Explain.
So like you were just talking about this whole time, right? It's like, mothers kind of encourage their daughters, like, make sure you like I said, make sure, you have a way to support yourself as well, first before, you jump into relationships, marriage, whatever.
No, you're not supposed to have a way to support yourself before you jump into a marriage. That's not. Right. That makes no sense. Because by the time you can support and take care of yourself, one of the major reasons for being involved with somebody is removed. Today, so many women want to be stable before they're in a relationship. That makes no sense.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, that's what I mean. The general idea is like conditioned already.
So what I'm saying is, if your mother would have told you to get into a relationship early, marry earlier, you wouldn't have a kid right now without a husband.
No.
That's my whole point.
I'm not going to lie. What Kevin's actually saying is pretty spot on when you really, really think about it, right? Because a lot of you guys are going to be saying, well, what is she going to do before that's going to keep her afloat? Now, again, it's not a requirement for you to have everything in order, for you to wait for the right moment in order to get married, right? And then presuming she doesn't date someone her age, because someone might also come in with the perspective of, well, someone isn't going to be able to take care of her and her family. Again, she's supposed to date up in age and in financial status. So a guy is at that level who's a little bit older is supposed to be able to take care of her. So Kevin is actually giving a great point and is well thought out when you look at it from each angle.
We have made it to the fact where women can have children without husbands if we made it okay.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Well, so I'm asking you, what are you going to do different with your daughter if you're not even telling her that a man is required?
Right.
I know it's right, but what are you going to do? Because to me, what it sounds to me like is you could just tell your daughter to go to get a college degree and she's going to follow in your same footsteps. She's going to be a single mother.
I mean, I feel like she could still go to school, but still, be in a relationship and get married. Like, I've seen stories where people get married.
What's more important? What's more important? School or marriage? You can't have both. Pick one. Which is more important?
That's a hard decision, though. Just given.
Pick one.
Marriage is more important.
Do you really believe that?
I feel like it is. Because that, I
well,
feel like
if you really believe that, then you'll be prioritizing that in the way you talk to your daughter. I think you're saying that because it's probably the right thing to say, but I don't think you believe that.
No, I do believe it. I do believe marriage is like, because at the end of the day,
is it more important than going to college?
To create.
Is it more
You know what
important
I
than going
mean?
to college?
I think the reason why we're on
Is it more
Earth,
important than going to college?
it's more. I feel like it's more important to go to college because not everybody goes to college.
You think it's more important to go to college?
To be married and have a life partner.
Ma'am, you got a
Yeah.
college degree, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so what? You got a college degree and no husband. Anybody can be a baby mom, just like anybody can go to college. It is more important to get to be married than go to college because most people have jobs. We got people who come into this country illegally, who surpass the people who've been in here for generations because they have family. You're alone as a single woman with a baby. Are you making over $100,000 a year?
I'm not.
Then, ma'am, you are doing it all by yourself. Would it not be better to have a husband and his mother and father and your mother and father and all of the extended family that comes along with nuclear families? Even if you were making middle class money, if you had two sets of grandparents and two sets of cousins, would it not be better than single mama degree by yourself?
It would be better, but then it's like,
How is there even a but in that situation? That doesn't even make any sense. You're throwing a but in that situation. That is the most ideal situation. The one that works is proven to work. This woman is delusional.
it would be better. I said,
But,
I think that it's
but
totally
what's the
better if
fear?
we
What's the
lived in
fear
this.
though?
I do, but I think it'd be better, like, if we could say it's better if we lived in this perfect world, right?
No, we could
But we
say
don't live
no,
in
no,
this
no. I don't want
world.
that perfect world example. We could say it's better if women acted like
No,
y'all.
but seriously,
We could say
especially from where I come from.
we could say it's better if women acted like. It's not a perfect world. It's a matter of you ladies staying in your damn place and not leaving your relationships.
This is true, but I mean, men have to do the same though, in a
See, what I
sense.
want you to understand is this is the same bullshit verbal judo that y'all always do.
As far as like just
50
go back
we
and
have
forth.
we have a higher than 50% divorce rate, but 8 out of 10 times women initiate divorce. Women leave relationships, not men. See, what I want you guys to understand is I just asked a very simple question. Which is better, going to college or being married? She knows being married and coming from nuclear families on both sides is better, but she can't say it because it would invalidate what she's doing. So she has to say, no, you need college so you can have a job in case a man leaves you. But the problem is, you ladies are the ones that are wrecking your own homes. You ladies are the ones that are leaving. Men are doing what we're supposed to. Women are out of control today.
But I said that's why I said that that's how we were conditioned to think though. And I'm not discrediting that. That is 100% true.
Conditioned by whom? Conditioned by whom?
Women.
Conditioned by whom?
Just conditioned by the
by
family.
Whom?
I mean, if we're going to speak on a micro level.
I want by conditioned by whom? Men or women?
Women more so. You're
okay,
right.
well then, ma'am, men can't do anything about that. You said that's who we condition, and I'm saying who did the condition?
Mothers,
grandmothers. Then don't say that's how we were conditioned. Say women conditioned us. See, when you say we, that puts me and men like myself and other men in that system. We don't want to be in your mother's and women's shit. We want you to hold the women responsible for conditioning you to be single mothers.
That's absolutely true. But also what I've seen in broken homes is women also condition their sons as well. So I wouldn't say it's only women. And I've seen it.
Ma'am, but if they're in a broken home, who broke that motherfucker? Who broke it? Who broke it? The husband, the mother, or the daughter? The mother or the mother or the father? No monologue. No, it depends. Who broke it, the mother or the father?
Don't know, because if I go back to
Bullshit.
my grandparents,
Bullshit. The mothers break
if
the
I
homes.
use my
Bullshit.
no, if I use my
Bullshit. Women
grandparents,
continue. This is where the numbers come in. No,
right?
this is where the numbers come in. I don't care about your micro. In general, who is leaving relationships today? Is it men or is it women? Who's filing for divorce, ma'am?
It's today, but we can't only look at
Yes,
today
ma'am. Ma'am, Friday night. Okay.
because it
What
started
number do you want
before
to go back
today.
to? What number do you want to go back to? Because men have never been the ones breaking homes. See, this bullshit that
I
y'all believe.
mean,
When? What do you want to
that's
go
what I'm
back to?
saying.
Okay, let's
Eventually,
stop right here.
it,
What? Stop right here. What
uh,
point in stop? What point in time do you want to go back to so we can see? Give me a point in time.
I don't know.
You can't tell me today, ma'am.
19. I don't know. 1960s, 70s.
1960s and 70s in the black community, we were made at a rate of 8 out of 10 in 19 up to 1965.
Okay.
So what happened after that? No fault divorce, the Great Society, and government benefits,
Okay.
incentivizing women to be separate from their men.
But if we go off the basis of government assistance, it's majority of Caucasian women who are on government assistance.
Ma'am,
So
that is a disingenuous statistic. They're the larger percentage of the population. Percentage wise, it's a
right.
non-starter. Don't give me this Caucasian women. You tell me when we are surpassing white people, you can tell me the problems of white people. See, prior to 1965, we didn't need the government stuff. The only reason you need a government that much is because you don't want your man. See, what I'm trying to get you to understand is this is the mindset of women. They believe so much bullshit that's put into their heads by women. But the thing is, you saying back in the day, men need to do what? What can men do? What can men do when women walk away?
What was it again?
What can men do when women don't walk? What can a man do if women are free to come and go as they please?
They can't do anything, but then that's kind of like, oh, well, society has taken the control away from black men, which
no, ma'am. See, black men, society hasn't taken control because the same government benefits exist for white women, Hispanic women, Asian women, and Middle Eastern women. They stick with their men. Mm-hmm. In society, it's your choice.
Okay. But it's also been bred to draw the black
household. Bred by whom?
It was bred. I mean, if we're talking about
the women, ma'am, go back to no, ma'am. We have already got. You keep trying to say we were conditioned by whom? Bred by whom? Bred by whom?
We were bred. It could be from the mothers.
Not could be, ma'am. Not could be. Not could be.
But you gotta understand.
There is no but. There is no but. And this is why I want you guys to understand. This is why you should avoid women like this. They are incorrigible.
That's fine.
Facts, data, statistics don't matter. They don't want to be accountable. They cannot hold themselves accountable. It always has to be somebody else. It always has to be other society.
From the streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got. I get that money.
I rebuke.
It burns. Oh, it burns.
And that's going to be the ending of the episode. Guys, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Kevin, surgical as always, man, accountability like kryptonite, right? Just like kryptonite. Make sure you guys turn on post notifications so you guys will be alerted when we upload more videos just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.